Hiya folks, I'm Grim and welcome to Grim Grooves. Today we'll be checking out Mili's Opium, which was a Patreon request. I'm always happy to check out more Mili. Any excuse to check out more Mili, I'm always going to jump on it because Mili music is just one of the most interesting music that I've heard on my channel since I started. Like, there's a few artists like Mili and Fujikaze that just... every single time I listen to a new song from them, I always get hooked to it. Like, they're just always so interesting and so unique, and they just kind of speak to me. It's like just one of those artists that every song I hear just always draws me in. I always just can't get enough of it. So I'm really curious to hear this and add it to my playlist of Mili songs, which is just growing every day now. But make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, because I've still got so much more from Mili and so many other things aside from that to check out on my channel. And also, if you'd like to request something yourself, you can request through Patreon tier 2 or 3, or just throw it in the comments down below and I'll get to it eventually. I'll add to my huge list. But make sure... And also, I've got tons of Mili songs over on my Patreon if you'd like to check those out. It's $3 a month. You'll get access to over 100 reactions over there. If you'd like to check that out, you feel free. But without further ado, let's check out Opium by Mili.
I just wanted to tuck your hair behind your ears, hold you in my arms.
More in the right mix.
I'm always here. I couldn't have gone so far without your absence, but somehow I still wish that you'll be here. You're my poison, you're my poison, you're my poison, magical scent. I'm addicted to, I'm addicted to, I'm addicted to you.
This is really interesting so far. It's one of the most kind of simple, withdrawn songs that I've heard from Mili, I think. Like, just a simple piano melody and Cassie Wei's vocals. Just absolutely beautiful. And again, it feels like the audio is specifically coming from, like, the right ear. And I don't know if this is just me spitballing, but like, just looking at this image and having, like, the person with their, like, the side of their head in the water, I'm wondering if that was a choice to make it, like... I don't know, like, the left ear cup or the left ear in the audio is a little bit different than the right because you're supposed to be, like, in water. Like, I don't know. It could just be me spitballing, but that'd be a really interesting choice, and I would not put it past Mili to choose to do something like that, like a stylistic choice to make it so that the right ear is more pronounced because the left ear is supposed to be in the water as the character is or something like that. But regardless, I mean... being the song is called Opium, I felt like it was going to have something to do with addiction, but I wasn't expecting it to be so soft and so beautiful. Like, I just listened to Peach Pit and Cyanide was the last song I heard from Mili, and I listen to it all the time now. But that's another really interesting one about addiction and things like that, and like the toxicity of addiction, getting addicted to someone that isn't very good for you. And I feel like Opium might be the same kind of theme. But we're not far enough in for me to know necessarily, because there really hasn't been a ton of vocals and stuff like that. But Cassie's vocalizations have been fantastic though so far. Like, even though it's fairly simple, like, it's just very beautiful. Like, the last phrase on "I'm addicted to you," like, it's really fantastic. And again, the piano kicking up and stuff like that, I'm really curious where it's going to go from here, because the piano we've had so far has already been just really beautiful, even though it's fairly simple. And I'm curious where it'll go, because it's very mournful out so far, like very, very beautiful, very sad, very typical for Mili. But again, we'll see where it goes from here, because I'm really curious. Hope in there. This is like in a movie or a video game or something like that, when some of the main characters just had a fight, and now they're like walking around like a rainy city and trying to like work out how to get back together and like stop fighting and stuff like that, or like reflecting on their friendships together. Like that's what this theme feels like. It's really beautiful, really like nostalgic. So beautiful though.
I just wanted to let you know I'm sorry too. Neither of us wanted it to end up this way. The puppies cry, the puppies sing, the puppies bleed as we drifted apart. Have me poisoned, you have me poisoned. Oh, talk to me, tell me the world you see.
The intensity, the softness. Wow.
I just wanted to make you smile again.
Damn. That last line gave me chills. Like, just to go from the intensity of like just the heavy piano notes there in that final chorus, and then you just get like the final lines from Cassie there and just softens up so drastically. Because I mean, Cassie Wei is just such a fantastic vocalist. She's able to go like really intense and crazy at moments, but when she goes soft, she just goes like incredibly soft. And like the bar before this final one, it seemed like that was incredibly soft, and then you get this final line and it's just like, it's almost like a whisper. Like, it's just so beautiful, and with the held sustained note on that piano key just being held, like it was really beautiful, like for the ending, just to finish it off. Really well done though, really impressive. Again, unlike any other Mili song I've heard before, I think this is the softest and most like melancholic Mili song I've ever heard. Like, typically there's a little more variety to the background melodies and things like that, but I feel like it worked really well just having just the plain piano, and there was some complex piano melodies or some like more like melodic sections that we had there in the middle of the song and stuff like that, like, but it was really beautiful nonetheless. Like, it worked really well, and like again, there was a bit of hopeful, like uplifting themes there, and then it was back to like the sadness and the melancholy and the listlessness of the whole thing. Like, really beautiful. Like, I'm curious if the Opium is like an allegory for the relationship they were in or something like that, or maybe it's just like, I was addicted to you like opium, or like that kind of thing, or maybe you were toxic together, maybe you were both hooked to something, like you were hooked to each other like you were drugs or something like that, and then all of a sudden you've split apart, now you're like missing that kind of connection or something like that. I'm not sure. Again, as I've said in many of my videos, like drawing conclusions of what the actual meaning behind a Mili song is kind of takes a few listens to kind of understand and kind of break down all the subtext within it. I don't know that this one has the most subtext in terms of some of the other songs I heard. Like, it seems like it's a fairly straightforward kind of like, again, people that were in love maybe fell apart or something like that. Maybe it has to do with drugs, maybe not, maybe the drug is an allegory for something. But the fact that we see like this girl here on the ground, like her eyes, her pupils look a little dilated, like it feels like there's something to do with that. It looks like a very like Alice in Wonderland kind of scene, and then you have like the other hand in the forefront here, like maybe that's like in the partner, and who knows, maybe someone passed away, who knows, right? There's a lot of subtext to be drawn apart from Mili, but regardless, this entire song was just, it's really beautiful, really soft, really melancholic. Again, very different from what I would have expected from Mili, even though everything that I do for Mili is always completely different, like it's always so unique and interesting, but even still, like this, it was very different than what I've heard before. It was very soft, very, like, again, very meaningful, and just completely unlike what I would have expected. Because even though it's always new, it's always interesting, I typically expect more like experimental kind of pop, jazz, fusion things. I don't know. There's a lot of varieties that Mili does, but this is just not one of them I hear very often. But it was really well done. Again, the piano was absolutely beautiful. Cassie Wei's vocals are always amazing, and it was a really beautiful song. Like not necessarily a song from Mili that I'll be spinning every day, but when you're in a specific mood, it's a very good song for that. Like, it's very beautiful, very meaningful, and it gave me chills at the end of the day. It's really beautiful, really well done. But anyways, thanks for hanging out watching my reaction. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Until next time, later days, folks.